Alright, welcome back. We're at a totally different location. Derek kept playing while the video was
I needed to get to the exit.
It's fine. We didn't miss. You didn't miss anything. So anime reviewers are always like absurdly pretentious. I mean, I would know as someone who's done an anime review, but that's just not up on the internet. There's nothing you can do to not totally sound pretentious at, like, one point. There's always gonna be some line in there that just makes you sound like an asshole.
Were you gonna draw the line in the sand, Chris?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's the part where, like, I show clips of people freaking out about Attack on Titan and how, like, bloody and gory it is. And I'm just like, see, when Attack on Titan fans were watching this, I was watching this and then showed, like, super hardcore grindhouse fucking murder anime from the 80s.
We're going to Disney World!
And I'm just like, it's like a totally different level of fucking violence for me. Like, Attack on Titan violence is a joke to me. Oh no, they got eaten, that's so sad. I watched someone's tits get ripped off and then eaten by a devil. Like, get on my level.
Captain Justice! Fucking face for that.
Damn. Not feeling any of it.
Pipsqueak, I'm Captain Justice. Who were you to walk away when the bona fide hero is offering his help?
I'm sorry, but I really don't need any kind of hero. Bona fide or...
Somebody, come quick!
Go fight!
Oh my god, it's
Goofy's uncle.
Wallace? No, it's not Goofy's uncle.
Captain Justice
Unless there's expanded lore I don't know about. He's the horse guy that used to be as popular as the rest of them until they stopped using him.
You?
Yeah.
Well, that's a
I
shame.
believe his name was Wallace.
Where is it? Maybe this job's perfect for you, Mr.
I don't like this
Hero.
camera angle.
What? Name your catastrophe.
Derek laughs.
Those annoying monsters
Stop
have
that.
turned up again over in Fruitball Plaza. They're all yours now, Captain J.
monsters. Don't tell me the Unversed are here.
Yeah, they are, but we're not gonna do that.
Too bad.
Nice.
Not on my list.
I didn't know bona fide heroes got to pick.
But I wouldn't stand a chance of surviving, fitting them into my schedule. God, I thought you said
Good
you
cover.
were Captain Justice. You can't leave those menacing things running loose. They're ruining Fruitball. Huh? Hark,
Fruitball?
hear that? Somebody's calling for Captain Justice's help. Do not fear, I am on my way. Sounds like this
Do
catastrophe.
not fear, I am almost Link's
I'll
hips.
be back here in a jiff.
Lips synced. There we go, Chris.
Oh, I'm
So
sure
close.
you will, Captain Useless. But I don't think I'll stay here and hold my breath.
Yeah.
What?
Anything.
I'm McDonald!
Maybe I could help if you want.
Would you? Oh, that'd be just Jim Dandy. Someone needs to trounce those fiends at Fruitball and keep them away from the
Fruitball.
She doesn't have a Jim Dandy.
Graham Dandy!
Get it right.
Once you're ready, and I'll explain to you how Fruitball works.
You pack the fruit into a ball, and you launch it out of a cannon.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Welcome to Disney Town! It's almost as good as Disney Kingdom!
Oh, speaking of anime reviewers, you ever watch Digibro?
No.
Good. I hate him. I just probably like watch one Digibro fan finds this video and he's gonna be like, how dare you? He's the best anime reviewer of all time. I hate him. His quality, first off, his quality of content, at least every video that I've seen of him, is just him sitting in front of his fucking like 480p camera in a dark room, discussing shit. It looks like he should live on the streets. Like, he looks like he hasn't bathed in years. Like,
Ooh. That's something else.
Now I'm just throwing shade though. His looks are fine. He reminds me of you know Justin,
Yeah.
my buddy Justin. He looks like him, and Justin looks like he hasn't bathed in years. So he looks like a wannabe rock star who hasn't bathed in forever.
It's true.
Right? Like, you won't disagree with me. That's what Digibro reminds me of. He reminds me of Justin and his looks and how he, like, talks about certain things. I'm just like... But he's the guy who... He's the one who bugs me to no end because he's the one that fucking does, the Sword Art Online videos. And by that I mean, he's uploaded, like, 9 videos about how Sword Art Online is the worst thing ever, and each one is, like, 45 minutes long. And I'm just like, dude, how can you possibly talk about this show for this long? Like, I get it.
I don't like the show either, but...
Like, but it's not that important. Like, I can give you, like, I'll give you, like, 1 per season, and then maybe it adds out, because I don't know how many seasons Attack on Titan,
fourth,
it got.
I think?
But, like, I know at this point he's just doing it for views. Because put Sword Art Online sucks in your title, and you just get, like, a fucking 100,000 views from all the other people.
Episode, Chris?
Yeah, right, I should. But, like, everyone, which, by the way, Sword Art Online is not that bad of an anime.
It's alright.
I've seen way like,
worse.
it doesn't even fall into my top 5. It's, like, not even close to the top 5. Like, and the whole reason for that is if you look at the whole show altogether, it's alright. If you look at it season by season, that's where it's, like, at its worst. Because it's like, Season 1 is pretty good. I like Season 1. Season 2 is one of the worst animes I've ever watched. It's hard. It's one of the worst things
It's
I've
hard
ever
for Chris
seen.
to watch.
Yeah. And then, but after Season fucking 2, it's just meh. Like, for all the rest of them. Like, it's not that bad, it's not that good, it's just whatever.
They have a new one, where Kiryu is in a weird dream world, but not in a dream world.
He's not in a, he's in a coma. I've
not in a coma.
I've already started watching it. Well, he's in a coma, but they put him in a simulation.
Inside of another simulation.
Yeah. It's just one simulation. Don't make it sound worse than it is. It's really not that bad.
No, that's a Rick and Morty joke.
I know. It's like that show doesn't need any more shit. That shit gets enough shit from the internet. It doesn't need any extra. But yeah, no, I've broken down every season, or at least all the ones that I've seen, which I think I've seen them all in order, but I've totally lost track.
Have you watched the side story about the girl who was in the gun game, but...
Yeah, no, that's the 3rd season.
No, I don't just mean it's not Kiryu in that gun game, it's about a different character.
Is it a spin-off?
Yeah.
Okay, then no, I haven't seen that then. Are you sure you're not thinking about the one where they just all are in the gun world? And Kiryu goes there and then uses a lightsaber because of reasons?
No, that's the 2nd season.
Okay, no, that's
it's the 3rd season. But...
3rd arc, as all the anime fans are losing their minds.
Their 3rd arc? Excuse me?
They're arcs, not seasons. They're the same fucking thing.
Excuse me, they're actually called arcs!
They're actually called barks.
They're actually called Naruto's?
They're actually called, excuse me, they're actually called chapters. Chapters in the manga, thank you. What, you don't read the manga? What are you, a scrub?
Fucking peasant.
Okay. So, yeah, yeah, no, Season 1 was pretty good, and most people who didn't like Season 1 didn't like it because they were just like, what's with all this stupid romance stuff? I don't want romance, I wanted people to be stabbed to death in the fucking video game! And I'm just like, does it really
not
matter?
watching the right show,
like,
guys.
It's like, does it really matter? Like,
You're not watching the right show. If you wanted something like that, there's different shows for that.
Yeah, their argument was like, well, that's what we wanted, that's what we were hoping it was gonna be, and I'm like, well, it wasn't, so you should probably stop watching it then, and not bitch about it.
I've told you about I've told you about Log Horizon before, right?
Yeah.
I like the execution they did of that show more than I liked it about, Sword Art Online. About how they're trapped in a game world, but it's more of a game than it is,
See, there was a huge argument at college about that in one of my classes. Like, everyone was arguing which was better, Sword Art Online or Event Horizon. Is Event Horizon, right? Or is it just Horizons?
Log Horizon.
Log Horizon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a computer log.
Oh, Log Horizon. I get you. So
that's what I thought that was called. Continue.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Yeah, there was like a huge argument about which was better, and one of the dude's arguments was just like, no, Sword Art Online's better because it came out first and I don't give a shit. And I was just like, man, that was he is also in the army, so I'm just like,
I can't argue with you
I'm
there.
Like, of course. And then there's another one who was trying to argue that Event Horizon, or I mean, Log Horizon was better. It was better because it taught you how to play an MMO better, and I just went, and all I said was, if you want to learn how to play an MMO, wouldn't it be better to just, like, play an MMO? And he's just like, yeah, you kind of make a good point. And, like, the argument kept going for, like, it went on for, like, 10 minutes, and I wasn't even saying anything, I was just listening because I thought it was super funny, the conversations these people were having. And it went on for, like, 10 minutes, and everyone was still arguing about it, and finally I just went, alright, slam my hand down on the desk. Can we all agree that Dot Hack did it first? And everyone was just like, yeah, no, Dot Hack did it first. And then, like, the whole argument stopped. That was the end of the whole conversation.
It's funny because it's true.
Oh, it's probably my favorite moment. Just like, can we all just agree that Dot Hack did it first? Everyone's just like, yeah, okay. Yeah. And it's like, the whole conversation stops. But yeah, no, Season 1 was pretty good. There were some people that are like, it's the best show ever! No, the reverse of that. It's the worst show ever! There you go. But it's, well, there were some people that were just like, they didn't like the romance part of it towards the end, but I thought it was fine.
We're talking about, what's it called?
Sword Art Online, Season 1. First one. And it's like, I thought it was fine, and then people were just like, oh, the relationship developed too quickly, and I was like, no, it didn't. I'm like, that's the, like, you know how many time jumps there were in that show? Like, they've been, like,
they were in there for a couple of years.
They were in there for, like, 3 years at least, and I think it was more than that, but that's just what I remember. Like, and, like, and then, like, them being, their romance period that was in the thing, like, in the housing that they were, like, it happened too quickly, that shit had, like, 3 time jumps that I think equaled out to being, like, over a year by the end of it, and I'm like, no. This is like Tekken Ball, but dumber.
I hate this.
I get that. I'm guessing you just realized what I said.
Tekken Ball?
Yeah, I'm like,
no, I
like
got
Tekken
that.
Ball, but stupider.
No, but I love how you're like, this is bad, but and then I'm just like, I hate this because I forgot how much I hate it.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty bad. It doesn't look that hard. It just looks bad.
It's just you mash one fucking button.
Yeah, and then hope it works.
But it's
out.
annoying because like they do stupid shit.
Yeah. What was the, what the hell was I gonna say about fucking something oh yeah, but yeah, like, what was the part, see, the only thing with Sword Art Online 1 that's weird is that, like, they established that he's a loner.
But then he's always working with people.
But then he keeps working with people, but I've come to the realization of why that is, because it makes sense when you overthink about it. Because the only people that he accepts help to help are always chicks. So he's just always trying to fuck people.
He's a horn dog.
Yeah, he's just a horn dog the whole time.
There's one fucking thing where he introduces, I think it's somebody he met in the gun game one.
Yeah.
To his fucking fiance.
Yes.
And he doesn't even introduce her as his fiance.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just like, this is my friend.
Like, he's just a horn dog.
It's just like, dude, are you trying to get with every girl here? They already want to rip your goddamn throat out.
I know.
You sure taught those
But yeah, I'm like, almost like, it makes perfect sense because the only people he ends up helping, except for the one dude at the very beginning, are always chicks that convince him to join squads and stuff. Always.
Like, dude, stop being a fucking horn dog.
Which is why I'm always just like, yeah, it's his undesigned lust that's what gets pulling him back in. That's why the plot doesn't actually add up. Like, he doesn't want to team up with people because he keeps getting people killed when he teams up with them. But whenever a girl comes up and is like, hey, you want to team up with my squad? instantly joins.
Pulls out his dick and
Yeah,
everything.
because, like, it makes perfect sense now when you overthink it like that, doesn't it?
Don't say that.
So we're getting some semi-plot here. Basically, Queen Mickey is the queen, and like, it don't matter where the fuck you come from, you know she's the queen, so you bow, so Aqua bowed. But she doesn't recognize the king, which is complicated.
Bow to the queen.
Dabs!
Dabs.
You can't count on him for
Dabs are so irrelevant, people don't even say dab anymore.
I fucking love doing it
It's
just
so
to bother
quick.
people.
It's so quick.
Because I did it to somebody, I dabbed, and they were just like, would you just never do that again? And I was just like, no, I will not.
My favorite dabbing moment ever, though, is that I managed to get, like, 4 people on one ride for Six Flags in, like, one of the mousetraps, and it, like, took photos. We managed to get it all perfectly timed, all of us dabbing, as we fucking got the camera flash.
Oh, I love
It's
it.
like ultimate victory.
I fucking love it.
Dabbing's interesting, though, because it's, like, the one thing you can do that will instantly get at least one person that's around you to go, dude, you fucking serious? Like, every time.
100%.
Every time, without fail.
Well, in my book,
It gets me to do it all the time. I used to work with this kid, a younger kid, who used to dab at work, and I'd just be like, dude, you fucking serious right now?
And now you do it for the irony.
Yeah.
Guess I'll try not to let you down.
I fucking love doing it, but only because I know it gets that type of reaction.
Yeah, like, you know it bugs people. It's, like, the best reason to do it now.
like I don't know. This might be almost too accurate, but I might be as what some might call a troll.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
So when I dab,
who do you think's gonna win
I dab
this year's
hardcore.
Million Dreams Award?
so guess who won the Miles Dream Award for being the best citizen?
Was it Aqua?
No, it was Terra, Aqua, and Van.
How do you split a Best Citizen award? You just cut it in half with a chainsaw?
You'll find out.
I hope we cut it in half with a chainsaw.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for
Dude,
waiting.
their fucking eyes, man, are so fucking creepy.
The Million Dreams Award presentation.
You like how there's only 5 people in the town?
Yeah. Good.
Oh, how very exciting! This year,
What I find so funny is
the winners,
in Kingdom Hearts 2,
Million Dreams
there was
Award goes
it's like an actual town. There's only like 5 people in the town.
and Terra.
But when you go back to it in the newest game, Kingdom Hearts 3, they've put 8 NPCs that just wander around, so it looks like, you know, that there's actually people
So it
living in
looks
the
like a
fucking
town.
town.
Then, and Tara,
Well, Derek, they couldn't do it on this one. 2 GPU intensive for the PSP.
True. So yeah, they all 3 of them won, by the way.
Everybody voted
This
for
has to be a
Captain
mistake.
Justice. I made sure. Now go on, tell her.
Nope.
No. Better try the other one.
And this is why he becomes...
The Rogue Racer, Captain Dark.
And this is why he becomes a villain in the first and second games.
That seems like a good reason.
Pete, we
Yep.
counted the votes very carefully. Ventus, Aqua, and Terra won. Oh, Pete,
How do you tie with
you
5
tried
people
to
in
do
a
something
town?
Good.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
went about it the wrong way. Still,
Because literally it's the
those
two,
citizens
it's the
must
king
have
and the
thought
queen,
you had
it's
goodness
the
in
queen
you
and her
because you
handmaiden.
actually got a few votes. They knew you were looking out for them.
But I guess there's like more people in the town,
I don't need their
but you don't ever see them.
Just
And only 5 people decided to show up for the presentation.
Voted for you because they
For safety
believe in you
reasons.
and care about you. How could you look down on that? I've
She
tried
was the
to
one who
forgive
voted
a
for
lot
him.
of things you've done, but this is too much. Now you finally crossed the line.
You are banished!
matters to me. Besides, what are you gonna do about it?
Huh, I'm going to let you cool off for a while. Guards!
So threatening.
Wait, what? Hey, let me go. Put me down. What? No, you can't. No. Hey, easy. Ow.
Oh my fucking god. Throw him into the fire pit! Idiots.
Shall we continue the ceremony? With the 3 winners, join me on the stage.
Fucking Aqua's looking around like none of them came.
Oh dear. It looks like our other two winners couldn't make it here to be with us today.
I must have just missed them.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Would accept
So
me
sad.
on behalf.
I both love this game and hate
You've
it.
been so kind to so many here at the Dream Festival. So now,
She's had one interaction with one person.
Don't
you just love how the story goes?
It's good.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
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 Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And as an extra
Congratulations.
treat, we've created something
You two have learned to
special.
not hate
An
yourself.
ice cream flavor just for you. Royal Berry Ice Cream.
Oh my, I wish I had my own ice cream flavor.
What's it taste like? Go on, try it.
What about a berry? Because they didn't want to render the eating.
All I could think of is just like she just has to eat it on stage in
Delicious.
front of everyone.
You
But yeah.
couldn't have picked a better flavor.
It tastes like friendship
Oh, very
and
good.
human semen.
Jeez, Derek.
I'm just giving the internet more fuel.
Who does she think she
Oh no, he was put in a nebulous
He
void.
was put in the prison, the Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Realm.
Quiet, fool. You do not possess that.
Quiet, you stupid fuck.
And this is why Maleficent and Pete work together in
That is
In,
enough.
in 7?
Sniveling.
every other fucking game. Who cares?
I get why this is the first one.
If you do exactly
So what I love is
I may
they
to release you from this.
there's a line
really?
where somebody was reviewing these games, and they go, and that's when Maleficent and Pete realized they're not actually the bad guys, and they should step aside.
Is that Barry? That might have been
That
Barry.
might have been Barry's.
It's been a while now.
With your help, soon every world
Soon.
will exist.
Soon! Darkness, 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 darkness!
Adventure in the Underground City.
I did it. I beat the game.
I would hope so. Ugh.
Well, I'm just gonna go back here and get to do a few things real quick.
Okay. You're on a timer, go!
Ah!
Go!
Ah!
Fast
Ah!
as possible! Come on in, the water's great!
Looks like we made some new ice cream!
Volcano Bay. That's a pretty sick ice cream.
And now I can buy them. You give me the fire style command immediately.
Thanks
again!
Cryo style, can you do Phoenix Flower Jutsu?
Fire style, Phoenix style Jitsu! Well, we're just gonna be here for a couple minutes, so,
That's fine. I don't remember what I was talking about or if I was talking about anything.
probably not. Fire style Jitsu!
It was, yeah, it was, Sword Art
Sword Art
Online.
Online,
Sword
the
Art,
greatest show ever made.
yes. But yeah, like, season 1's good, and then, like, season 2 was fucking hard. Like, absolutely hard. And then season 3, I like it, but it's not good either. It's just like...
That's the one I have the least knowledge about.
Okay, so let me break
I
down...
know what the break's basic premise is, but I'm still like, I don't know how to feel about
Let
it.
me break it down to the simplest premise
Break it
humanly
down.
possible, and why it's the dumbest one. So, there's a girl that you run into in that game, and she wants to be not afraid to shoot guns. So she goes into the world where there's guns to shoot guns to get over her fear of guns. But she has a crippling fear of guns that is so bad that just picking up a BB gun puts her into shock. But yet she can exist in this fantasy world running around with guns actually shooting people and feels nothing. And it makes no sense. Also, if you're so afraid of guns, why do you keep a gun in your top drawer just to see if you're still afraid of guns? That's really stupid. Also, her reason for being afraid of guns is equally dumb because she was in a bank robbery as a child, and the guy was gonna kill them if they didn't give them their money, and then he dropped his gun, and she picked it up and killed him as a child, and that's why she has a fear of guns. Which, in all fairness, would be the opposite reason why I'd be afraid of guns, because I'd be like, well, a gun saved my life, I should probably, you know, really invest full-heartedly in this now, because I've already started, and it's already saved my life once, so... So yeah, her logic makes no sense, but she's still one of my favorite characters, and that's why I have her right there on my shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if she's a fucking idiot.
Even if you're fucking useless.
She's just a really cute fucking idiot.
uh,
Oh yeah, and then the end of the show is she gets raped. Or no, she tries to get raped, which, by the way, probably wouldn't have happened if she had a gun. Just saying!
Single! And on that note...
Oh, we'll see you next time. Peace.